Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. We've got a special Spirits with Spirits, and tonight we are drinking Aviation American Gin, the Deadpool Limited Edition. My husband and I, we are such Deadpool fans, and tonight's reading is about an American. So I thought this is the perfect gin to drink. Always an excuse to drink gin. So this is Aviation Gin. Also, Aviation Gin is owned by Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds is a Canadian. So even though it's Aviation American Gin, once in a while we buy it. But look at the size of this bottle. Good grief. It's almost the size. Look at that's going to take me for the rest of the summer at least to drink that. I have been doing the 7 deadly sins on the other channel using popular royals. And we're asking the planet cards. We're going back to the planet reading. And this time, instead of planets, we are asking about the 7 deadly sins. The 7 deadly sins are, we're using the moon for envy. The high priestess, which is the moon card, is envy. The magician, which is Mercury, is greed. The empress, which is the Venus card, is lust. The sun, the sun card is pride. The tower, which is Mars, is wrath. The wheel of fortune is Jupiter, which is gluttony. And the world card is Saturn, which is sloth. So cheers to, anyways, because there's red on there, I've made a fruit punch. And it has a lot of red in it, strawberry, raspberry, blueberry. So I have a fruit punch and gin, which is a classic. Isn't that? That's classic. Like if you're making a big fruit punch for, a shower or bridal shower or something, you always put gin in it, right? So I thought that's a classic. And plus I wanted something red to show the red on the label. So cheers, everyone. That's good. That just tastes like a bridal shower. All right. So I'm asking, if you haven't seen this, watch and see how it works. That's the best way, is just to watch. And of course, if you're coming from the other channel, you've seen how this works already. And I've done a couple of readings with this style of layout. So the 7 planets, we asked the 7 planets to give us an indication of what the sin is. So first we're going to do Trump, and then we'll do Melania. I've been doing them as couples, and it's interesting when you do them as couples because of how they match up. It's actually kind of fascinating. So what are Trump's sins? Which sins? And so if you haven't seen, the higher the number, that more that sin is activated in his consciousness now. Also, if there's a court card, that shows that there's a person that's activating that sin. And if it's a major arcana, then that's also telling us that sin is being activated. If you haven't seen this before, hang on, watch a few of them, and you'll see what I mean. All right, so the high priestess is the moon card. What does the moon card want to tell us about Trump and envy? Cards are ready. Okay. Ace of Cups. Well, that's love. Trump is envious of other people who can easily accept love, easily accept and give love. He may be actually envious of people who have natural love. A lot of people have a lot of money, are very distrustful of people who love them after they have money. Not so much before you have money, because then people love you for who you are. But after you have money, you would almost, it's automatic at the back of your mind that is this person love me for me or my money. And people who have a natural love, of course, that's not there if you both have a lot of money, then it doesn't matter. But I think here for him, because this is envy, the moon, the envy, He is actually envious of true natural love. Maybe that's something he's never found in his life. I mean, he is on his third wife. I've done some readings that, it's more of a business arrangement right now. And I think he's envious of people who have that true, trusting love. Soulmates. I think he's envious that he's never found his soulmate. That's very typical of Geminis. They feel like their life purpose is to come down here and find their soulmate, to find their twin. All right, so let's look under greed. This will be really interesting. What is he greedy for? Oh, King of Cups. He wants Joe Biden's job. King of Cups is Joe Biden. He's a Scorpio. He's greedy for Joe Biden's job. Cheers to that. These cards, I told you, there's something else. He's greedy for Joe Biden's job. Wow. That's incredible. That's top of mind. Top of mind. Let's see what does he lust for? What does he lust for? King of Swords. Well, that's him. For him to be the king, he's a Gemini. The Gemini is the King of Swords. He lusts for people to see him as a king. He lusts for his partners to see him as a king, because Venus, of course, is love and partnerships. And he lusts to be on top. In the tarot, the King of Swords, I would argue, is higher than the King of Cups. In stature, the King of Cups is the King of Hearts. It's your partner, your spouse. Whereas the King of Swords, that's a judge and a high politician. He lusts to be the president. Look at how this is showing up. Boom, boom. Greed and lust. I want Joe Biden's job. I want to be the president. I want people to bow to me. I want to make the rules. That's what he lusts for. He lusts to be the top dog politician. End of story. Well, thank you for coming to my reading. Let's see what is pride. What's pride? Wow, his pride is going to be his ruin. Ten of Swords. His pride is going to be his ruin. And if I understand correctly, he's a Leo rising, and the sun rules Leo. So that Leo part of him, the showman, the always got to be winning, calling everybody losers, that's going to be the end of him. His pride will be the ruin of him. Literally, it could be. I just read an article that now whenever he is out in the open, he'll be in class. So they must have more intel about other attempts. But that would be his pride, that I don't need that, or I don't, and it will become his ruin. Pride cometh before the fall. All right, so let's see what's his wrath. Hanging around and doing nothing. That he's stuck where he is. Now, this could be the wrath, the Hanged Man here, and the King of Swords, which I just said is a judge. The wrath could be a judge that does not allow him to move forward in this presidential race. Maybe the pride that he's going to beat a lot of these legal things, maybe his ruin. But right now, the wrath that he has is how he cannot move forward, how he's tied up somehow, how he's restricted. He wants to take that sword and cut himself down. But this, to me, is his wrath right now, is the judge that has the ability to stop him from getting Joe Biden's job. Because in his mind, Joe Biden took his job. So now, tit for tat, he's coming to take Joe Biden's job. And his wrath is that I think this is his court cases and whatnot that he has up. Let's see what his gluttony is. His gluttony is, believe it or not, drama. His gluttony is big stress, and then smoothing things out. Big stress, and then smoothing things out. Bit of a drama queen, to be honest. The thing is here with the Six of Swords upright on the gluttony is the Six of Swords is moving on from high stress into peaceful waters. Like, I just don't understand. It's 78 years old. Why not just go enjoy your golf for the rest of your life? Go enjoy your money, travel with your wife and your son, and enjoy your grandchildren. Like, why all the drama? But this tells me he's a glutton for punishment in the drama department. Bit of a drama queen. I'm almost getting a sense he's uncomfortable when things are peaceful. And he's bored. Like he's so top of mind that when things are peaceful, it's almost as if he's a glutton for punishment in that he'll open his mouth to create a controversy. Glutton for punishment. Sorry, that's what I'm getting. So let's see, sloth. What says sloth? Page of Swords. The way he handles the internet. He thinks he actually knows what he's doing. He thinks that, he's almost untouchable. And I think he's quickly finding out what the media, he doesn't do his research before he speaks. Like he's really pulling some gaffes lately. So on the sloth, and this is my internet card, he's been really lazy about his PR, and he's not doing his research. He's right, because this is sloth. Also, this is a child. So there maybe he is, ignoring his child's studies because this is word. So maybe he has somebody, a younger person, who's trying to guide him and he's not listening. So that could even be one of his grandchildren. Didn't his granddaughter recently come out and speak for him at the Republican convention? So maybe she's trying to guide him, but somebody young, a young person who's very well versed in social media, is trying to guide him, and this is on his sloth. He is too lazy to listen to them and do his research. What's the underlying here? Oh, legacy, dynasty, money, inheritance. I wonder if he's trying to protect his legacy, but his pride. So let's look at the ones that are activated. Of course, the greed and the lust are activated by people. Pride is activated. It's a 10. Remember at the beginning I said that the higher the number, the more that it's activated. Also, major arcanas are activated. So we have we have wrath, and we have sloth. Now, the ones that aren't activated are the envy and the gluttony. And it's a 7, so it's there, but it's not right there right now. He has other things to worry about. And top of mind is the reason why he has these sins activated is his family legacy. I always get a feeling, does he want to start a dynasty, or dynasty, as you say in the UK? And also inheritance, maybe how his name goes down in history, and also I wouldn't be surprised if he does win, it's like one more term and then he retires. But I think it's just right now, these sins are activated because he knows what he wants and he's going for it. And he's really, this wrath here that, some of the things, his hands are tied, these court cases, for example, That's mostly what's activating his sins right now. All right, so now let's do Melania. Let's see what's activated in her. All right, let's see how is she doing through all of this. And as I've read, and I told you that she is willing to play nice until if and when he wins. And then once he gets in, I said she's going to have a list of demands, and that was actually, I hit that one right on the nail on the head of the nail. So Melania, what is she going through right now? What is she going through right now? What is she going through right now? What are her sins that are activated? Melania, what are her sins that are activated? Okay, under envy. Children. She may envy people who have more than one child. And you know what? You know who this is? That's actually Baron. Baron is a Page of Cups. He's a Piscean. And actually, yeah, that's Baron. And so there's something here that she envies Baron. Maybe she envies, maybe his closeness with his dad or some of the privacy that he's afforded. I don't think it's like a deep envy that, in a narcissistic way. I think it's an envy in that she envies some of the things that maybe just the way everything that he had growing up. Remember, she left Slovenia, and I believe it was still a communist country back then, still part of Yugoslavia. And so maybe she envies the way everything that he has had in his life. I think, though, in a softened way, if you know what I mean. Not in a narcissistic way, because she's very, very protective of him, extremely protective of him and of his privacy. But there's something that she envies of Baron. What's her greed? Her greed, I believe, siblings and trust and passing things down. I'm wondering if there's something here that she is absolutely demanding that Baron has, like a Slovenian upbringing, speaks the language, knows his family, that kind of thing. But why would that be greed? Also, this is the gift card. Maybe she demands a lot in that respect of gifts and adoration. That could be it too. She could also demand a trust. That's the trust card. So she could be really hypersensitive about trust, especially with everything that's coming out in court cases and whatnot. I wonder if she has Donald on a short string. Let's see, lust. Oh, lust is money. She wants her fair share. She wants her fair share. She's seen what the other wives have gotten, and she just wants it to be fair. She wants compensation for everything, being first lady, and she wants, that's actually her lust is money. Wow, that it's doled out fairly. Interesting. Trust fairly. Baron, maybe she's worried about Baron's fair share. Maybe she is. What's her pride? King of Cups. Donald. That's the husband card. She's not proud of Biden. With the King of Cups, when you are doing a reading on a couple, the King of Cups is always the male partner. The Queen of Cups is always the female partner. And even if it's same sex, it's energies. So her pride is Donald, her husband. And that's, that sin of pride of, he can do no wrong, or she covers up for him. Let's put it that way. That's like almost like giving him a free pass. And it might be because of the money here. And I don't mean to say mean things about Melania. I'm reading the cards. I don't know the lady. I only have seen her in a public persona with when Trump was president, and she would come out and do things absolutely stunningly beautiful, as still is, doesn't age a day. And so I'm not putting her down. I'm just reading what's going on here. And when things are on the rocks, if you've ever been in a marital situation where things are on the rock, money's top of mind. So that doesn't blame. I'm not blaming her. We're just reading what this is. So the sin of being so proud and putting her husband on a pedestal might come up and bite her in the butt. All right, so let's see, what's her wrath? Oh, the tower on the tower. Oh boy, that is the first time that has happened. Her wrath are people that are coming to destroy her and her life. Whether that be a porn star, an attorney general, that's her wrath. That's her, you're playing with her protection, you're playing with her life. So when you do something to the Donald, you're doing something to her. And this actually shows the extension that she has of Donald. She's so tied up in him that she is worried. This tower on tower, her wrath is, and I don't think we would ever see her take revenge in any way, but anybody that comes between her and her money and her son's future, her son's trust fund, I just got that trust. Maybe she's envious of the money that Barron has already been in his trust fund, and her as the wife doesn't have access to the same amount. That could be. That could be. Her wrath is people that come between her and her lifestyle, or the people that want to destroy her lifestyle. That's her wrath. Wow. That's the hill she dies on, or the people that are coming to destroy her lifestyle. What's her gluttony? Oh, depression, not being able to let go of the past, sadness. I'm getting that she has a lot of depression, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, and that's, I would think it's more of an indulgence than a gluttony. Nobody wants to be depressed, trust me, but I think that she may indulge in it a lot, and crying over spilt milk, crying over the past, maybe thinking of some of the decisions that she's made and letting it grow and grow and grow. You know how we overthink things? That's gluttony too, overthinking things and making a mountain out of a molehill. That's part of it too. And also the person who's depressed and is thinking that they've lost everything is looking at the wrath here, and she may be really fixated on that, on thinking that she could lose everything. All right, what's the sloth? The hermit. She likes to be alone. She doesn't like to engage in any of this. She's the type of person that rarely goes out, if ever. She preferred to be at home. And I think that has a lot to do with this depression and worried about, even, you think the tower, the Trump tower, if he loses a lot of that income, I think she is, I'm getting that she's like really into a shell, and that is keeping her not very active. What's the underlying here? Queen of Pentacles. There she is. She's just really worried that she's going to be knocked off of her throne. I think that's why. I think she's a really good wife. I can't remember her birthday, but she's a very good wife in the sense that look at how she protects her nest egg, which is the Donald. That she actually, very good mother. Queen of Pentacles is a great mother, a great wife, knows how to decorate a home, makes a house a home, right? I mean, they've got these big mansions, but can you make them a home? Can you make them feel like somewhere you want to stay and be warm and safe? And she does a great job at that. And but that's her security. You know, she doesn't work outside the home. You know, it's not like she has her own career. Her security is Donald. And there might be something now that Baron's over 18 that would be in the prenup, because you better believe there's a prenup. But she may be worried there'll be nothing left to prenup if disaster happens. So that's what she's worried about. She may also be worried about Donald passing away and her being the third wife and whatnot, even though she's the current wife. You know, there's also how many children that everything needs to be split amongst. And I think there's a real fear there. There's a real fear there that she won't get hers. But she is definitely bunkering down. And now this makes sense why she would say, okay, I'm going to just support you until this election is over, and then we'll go back into hiding. We'll go back into hiding. So which ones are activated in her? I would say the page here. Now we have some sixes, and those are like once in a while, like they're 60%. So they're, you know, a little bit activated, but not a lot. We have the Donald here under pride. So envy, pride, wrath. This is only a 5, so it just rears its ugly head once in a while. And then, of course, sloth, not wanting to be out in the public eye, not wanting her. Now, I'm not saying that sloth. I mean, that's me. I love working at home. I love being at home. I hate going out in the world, to tell you the truth. And I didn't realize that was sloth, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. Like, to me, all of you are my entertainment, even though we aren't chatting back and forth. So maybe that is. Maybe there is something to be said about that, not being out in the world and bringing out your consciousness in a positive manner, right? Wow. So there you go. Aren't these crazy good? Thank you very much for watching. Have you signed up for the newsletter yet? The next issue comes out on Monday. You won't want to miss it. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.